This is going to be a super quick trade recap from our short we hit today on Friday, August 29th. We can see the short right here that we hit, all the executions. I'll explain everything that happened with all these different arrows and basically all of these different take profits and everything. So but this is just proof of the trade real quick. You can see this was the actual trade, top execution, bottom execution. You can see both arrows. This is actually the P&L from today. Made 1157 on an eval. So for starters, we had London session, which respected this 1 hour SIBI really well. So we had an hourly fair value gap inside a London session, which price came up, took out internal highs and respected, and then sold off from a bearish idea that we had coming in. Also from our 830 news driver, if you project the standard deviation here, the 2 to 2.5 standard deviation range is at previous day low, and then the 3.5 to 4 is at Wednesday low. So we have two draws on liquidity lining up with liquidity targets and standard deviation projections. So what I was looking at primarily was there was a 60-minute fair value gap right here, this 60-minute fair value gap. And essentially I was going to say if price is able to inverse through this coming under 10 o'clock, we are going to run these targets because this is like one of our highest time frame fair value gaps. So inversing it is going to create a really strong basically resistance level. So I was looking for that to get inversed, which it quickly did at 10 o'clock at let's see, this is 9:56. We'll go 4 candles later. So right here at 10 we actually closed under it, opening next hourly candle, which inversed the 60-minute and confirmed my mech model bias. So essentially the trade that we had was a mechanical model. We had this 3-minute SIBI right here that price ended up. We had this 3-minute SIBI right here that price came up, tapped into, and respected and sold off from, which actually ended up inversing this 1-minute fair value gap right here, creating a bearish inverse fair value gap. So my first trade that I took was right here off of this 1-minute SIBI that got created with this mitigation block. So initially I looked to take this trade because I didn't think it would retrace this deep. So I took that first short off this. My stop was up here. And it was something along the lines of this, a lot less RR, only 1.1 or 1.3, but I didn't know if price was actually going to get any higher than this, opening 10 o'clock before running this previous day low. But we did get stop break even because I entered on this first bullish candle, it wicked out break even, so I'd moved break even, and then price stopped me out in at break even. All this was traded live too on my video, so you will see it on my TikTok if you don't believe me. But that was the first trade that we took. And then I noticed that price was retracing just a little bit deeper into this inverse fair value gap, which ended up lining up with optimal trade entry here. So optimal trade entry was perfect on the bottom of that inverse fair value gap. It's inside this mitigation block that we have almost at a discount. The inverse fair value gap was inside of an equilibrium discount, so I counted that as a discount PD array. So a lot of things adding up here for the sell side draw. So I was looking for, as soon as it tapped into this, my fill was like, 2 ticks under because of spread and all that shit. Overall, this was the whole trade we took. So the inverse fair value gap got stopped to break even the first time I tried to enter. Second time, whenever it retraced up at 10 o'clock, I got back in off this inverse fair value gap because it was a way better risk to reward. And then we pretty much just, let it run. Break even target was, oops, went a little too far, but break even was right here. So as soon as we took out this level, we went break even. It was a risk-free trade, and then the next candle punched out previous day lows. And as I was saying with the standard deviation target for Wednesday low, if you don't believe me that my analysis was correct, here's Wednesday low getting taken right here. So, and what do you notice as soon as Wednesday low gets taken? We just consolidate sideways. So standard deviation projections with liquidity targets is the easiest shit ever in the world. So I teach all this for free in my Discord. If you want to figure out how to do this, I have 3 different trading guides that'll teach you exactly how to trade, how I trade. They are $60, which can be found online on my WAP. I'll link them in the description below. But we do have a free Discord server where I'm calling out stuff like this every single day. I called this out in the Discord live. I can show you right here. So pre-market here. This was a picture that I uploaded, this 3-minute SIBI getting retraced to 1-minute inverse getting retraced to back to this previous day low. And then as we saw with price, exactly what happened. So that was a trade that I took today. That was a full trade recap. Hopefully this was insightful or, some bit helpful to you guys. If you fuck with this video, please please drop a comment and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video.
Hit that light, bought a Corvette and a vert. Caught my LA vibe, a Chanel purse. Came from nothing, had to eat out the
RR.
money counter, put my hands on the hurt.
There's too much money in my fucking hands.
Make the scale work.